And I distinguish by saying transformational leaders are different from transactional leaders. And I'll give you a picture, a story, and I'll complete some of the stories in my talk this morning. A transactional leader goes to the creek and fetches water and brings it home. Along the way, some of the water will be spilled out, and it's a more laborious work to fetch the water and bring it back home to the doorstep for everybody to enjoy. A transformational leader is someone who pipes the water from the water source and pipes it all the way to the doorstep. That's the difference between a transactional leader and a transformational leader. A transactional leader does not worry about how the institution is performing. All they want to do is transact. Hurry up, now yet. They don't care whether the institution is dysfunctional. They don't care whether the institution is performing well. They don't care whether the SOE is functioning well and profitable. All they want is transact. Whereas a transformational leader fixes the vehicle, fixes the institution to produce at an optimal level. A transformational leader is the one that pipes the water from the water source all the way to the home. And that's the distinction between a transformational leader and a transactional leader. You still get the same outcome, but the transformational leader builds systems and processes that last long, and longevity is what drives them. A transactional leader is now yet, Maggi noodles fast to cook, good to eat. Are you with me? When you look at taking that water into the business perspective, a transformational leader in the area of entrepreneurship is someone who knows the cost of building pipes, knows the inefficiency and the time and unproductivity that involves in ferrying water from the source all the way to the doorstep every single day. And that's why he or she takes up the early cost, meets the cost of piping the water, and by the time it is connected to the village or connected to the doorstep, every other second day, the rest of the day, you just laugh to the bank. That's a business mind. That's a business mind. So you take up the cost early, pipe the water. It gives you some cost to be borne earlier on, but after you put the cost through and you pipe the water, rest of the time you just laugh to the bank. Money just flows into. That's how transformative leadership is in doing business. So that is also, it brings a solution to the community. So when we come to the area of transformational leader with an entrepreneurial mindset, it's not just to admire a problem of lack of water, but he prevents leakages along the way. He improves efficiency so that no time is wasted in the delivery, and above all, he provides a lasting solution to the issue. So I'd like to bring that closer home to those who are graduating today. As you graduate and go out, you will find inefficiencies in your area of work, in the fields that you will get into. Today, there's a lot of inefficiencies in government. People want to do laborious job over and over every time. And that's really a challenge. So when we talk about transformational leadership, it's about that water scenario that I'm showing. How do we design systems, processes? How do we automate business process that can prevent leakages? A lot of government process, a lot of businesses, there's a lot of leakages going on because a lot of human hands are involved. That is why some of you are graduating with business IT. That is a very niche course that you've studied, where you can further advance that to automate business processes, to avoid human involvement. A lot of human involvement. People sit on routine jobs, and once you grease them sufficiently, they start to move. If it's your application, they sit on it until you give them lunch money and they will start to move. If it is your tender document, it goes into hiding until you grease them sufficiently and it starts to move. The wheels do not turn until you grease them sufficiently. In order to avoid all of that, you need to automate a lot of business process. This is something that I've been driving at IRC, and it's taking shape. And I encourage those who are graduating today with business IT and those with business management, a lot of challenges. If you build a pipe from the water source to putting a tap at the community doorstep, it prevents a lot of leakages. It produces efficiency, and it produces the outcome you desire. So I encourage those of you who are graduating from business IT graduates and business studies to explore these options. So when we talk about transforming society and being an entrepreneur that transforms society, we talk about identifying problem. When we talk about entrepreneurs, we don't talk about starting a business right now. Many people, when we talk about business or being an entrepreneur, they think about starting a business. And many of them want to start a taxi business. I know all the Western Islanders want to start taxi businesses. You know, a villager can start up a taxi business. And a villager can become a successful taxi businessman than even the degree graduate. So when we talk about business, it's not just about starting a business. And when you look at taxi, you know, plenty taxi line up long, half road long, airport and everywhere. There's no market for it. But because everybody wants to feel like a businessman, they always, all of them want to get into that, to start up a taxi business. So when we talk about transformational entrepreneurs, we are not talking about starting up a business. We're not talking about registering a company. You are educated to think differently. When we talk about being transformative, it's about finding a problem in society and finding the solution for it. That is what transformational leadership is. You are educated, enlightened enough to think differently, to think innovatively, and find a solution for the problem. And I think one of the solutions that you guys have discovered, the Vice Chancellor has pointed to me, that's a Seiko processing facility or something. And that is transformation. Using your brain, using the technology, using the insights you have to have the foresights in our society, and business and organizations can be transformed. So that's thinking solutions to everyday problems, creating value where others do not see or only see frustrations, and turning inconvenience, like the water scenario that I just mentioned, into innovation and transformation. So that's what entrepreneurial leadership really means to me. I don't know what it means to others, but to me, when that topic was given to me, that's what it means. So greatest businesses in the world often did not begin with the people asking, how do I make money? But they begin with the people asking, what problem can I solve? What problem can I solve? One of the things that I learned, the guy who started Zoom, you know, he started Zoom trying to have a humane conversation, in face-to-face conversation with his girlfriend, long-distance girlfriend from China. So he created this Zoom to do that. And he just created this facility, and when COVID took over, all conferencing and media or conversation and meetings and everything has to be conducted virtually. So the guy, out of that convenience thing he created for his girlfriend, he became a billionaire overnight. So find a problem in society and try to use the knowledge that you've acquired to design systems, process, and solutions that will offer solution. So when we talk about entrepreneurial mindset or innovative entrepreneurs, we're talking about finding solutions to the problems, everyday problems that we face. Entrepreneurship begins with a problem. Transformation begins with a solution. And I charge you today to find a solution using the knowledge that you've acquired today. I want to challenge you to identify the need and bring a solution to that need using the knowledge that you've acquired.